نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين. Okay, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's do a little recap of what we did yesterday in Surah Al-Asr. We did that Asr means time, and Asr also means the time of the prayer of Asr, and which kind of, gives a meaning of time of the day ending, which is mostly like, the time that's about to end, the night is about to come. So the time that's almost running out. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took oath of the time of Asr, and he took oath to tell us a big reality of life, which is each one of us is in loss. In the entire mankind is in loss, and we discussed that no matter what we gain in this life, no matter what we have in this life, one thing that each one of us is losing is time. And we all know that this life is going to end. Nobody lived forever in this world. So yes, this is going to end. Only one and only those will be successful who prepare for the next life and don't spend their life here, because this life is just like, we give an example of ice. This life is just like ice. It's gonna melt and then nothing will remain. So we need to prepare for the next life. And then we started that, okay, so preparing for the next life means being successful in the next life, which means that the person who's preparing for the next life is not going to be at loss, which means that the person preparing for the next life is going to be successful. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave 4 keys to success. And we were doing that. And we started, we said that we did the translation of 2 of those. One key to success is those who, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believed. That is key number 1. Number 2 is وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Let's do key number 3. وَتَوَاسَوْا. Watawasaw means and enjoying each other, which means to encourage each other as well. If you want to write encourage, that would make sense too. Bil haqqi. Anybody know what haqq means? This is haqq. Haqq means truth. Okay, and this also we use sometimes in Urdu as well. So we're gonna say to the truth. Watawasaw again, which means and
enjoying each other.
Good. Bis sabr. Sabr. Anybody knows what sabr means?
Patience.
Patience. Awesome. Yes. Sabr is also a very, very common word. It's Arabic. It has the same meaning in Urdu, and it means patience. Okay, and we will come to this later. Probably we'll just go one by one. Okay, bis sabr, to the patience. Okay, so let's go back when we said that there are 4 keys, and these are like 4 keys. This lock to success needs 4 keys, just like, have you seen those games or something where you have to fit all 4 puzzles and only then the lock opens? So that's what it is. If 1 key is missing, the lock is not going to open. So that's kind of the lock to Jannah. And we have, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us those 4 keys, but not one of them could be missing. Okay, so what is the first one? Those who believed. I think we started that a little bit. What does it mean? I think, Riz, you left at that time, I guess. But we did a little bit about what does it mean by those who believe. So, Shees or Alicia, do you remember what we said?
I think it was about like those who believe in the wait. Uh, I'm pretty sure it was talking about those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the right and
Yes. Yeah, good. That's right. Those who believe.
I
Yeah, go ahead, Shabash. Good.
I forgot. I had it in mind right now.
What is belief? You know what, for a Muslim, you might have done in, somewhere in schools as well. Iman. What is Iman? What is belief? Like total basics, back to the basics. Yes, Riz?
Iman, belief. It's basically like something you've been told you believe, like how our belief is about Islam, about Allah.
Yeah. And yeah, you want to add something? Alicia wants to add something?
Like trust in someone or something.
Yeah, trust would be slightly different because here we are mostly talking about, especially, just like probably the textbook definition of Iman. That was, that really fits here. Like,
It's like an acceptance of a meaning kind of thing, like an acceptance.
Right. Yes. Iman, no, basically it's belief. You're right. It's like believing, and as Alicia said, yeah, it has a part of it. It's like trusting. But in what? One thing she said, believing in Allah. But overall, what is our belief system? What else does it include? So if I don't know if you ever did that in school, it's our Iman, just like we say, amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi. وَعَلَىٰ قَدْرِ خَيْرِهِ وَشَرِّهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. That means I believe in Allah, wa malaikatihi, and angels, wa kutubihi, and books, malaikatihi, wa rasulihi, rasul, prophets, وَعَلَىٰ قَدْرِ خَيْرِهِ وَشَرِّهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. Good and bad faith is from Allah. Okay, so these things is our belief system. What is it? Believing in Allah, believing in angels, Allah's
Believing
books,
in
prophets, and that fate is from Allah, good or bad. Whatever we get is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's, a big part of our faith, because people attribute things to a lot of other things. Oh, I did this, that's why this happened to me. Some people believe in superstition. Oh, the black cloud came, so that's why my day is going to be bad today. These have no place in our belief system. We believe in Allah. We believe that Allah created us, and whatever help we need, we ask only Allah. That is our belief in Allah. What else? We haven't ever seen angels, but we believe that there are angels because Allah said so. Allah said that in the Quran. So although we never saw angels, but we believe in them. Then the prophets and their books. We believe that Quran is a word of Allah. Okay, I mean, that's going to be a very philosophical discussion, but how do we really say that, okay, how do we really believe that, okay, yeah, this, and by the way, I think I forgot to add wal yawmil akhiri as well. That was also part of it, the day of judgment. So how do we know that, okay, whatever is this, we are supposed to believe in this? How do we hold on to it? I mean, because, living in this world, a lot of times the iman, the belief is shaken. some people are going to come and question your belief. Do you really believe in angels? Seriously? Does your brain allow that? How do you do that? Do you really believe? In fact, leave angels. Some people are going to come and shake your iman saying, do you really believe in God? Have you ever seen God? How could you even do that? That's absurd. Nauzubillah. People would say that. There will be people, especially living in a country where we have all sorts of people. This can come across any time in your life. So how do you encounter that? How do you know that there is God? Have you ever thought about that, Liz?
It's like because like of everything we've learned and like about all the prophets and what like the Quran and everything, we can hold on to that like belief. It's not like there's like atheists who don't believe in God. They have like nothing, so they that's why they don't believe that there's no. That's why they believe that there's no God. But we have like historical showings, I guess.
Yes, and yeah, that's
like
fine.
Like things like from the 1700s that was like already written in the Quran in like, well, whatever year it was, 1400s.
Years ago.
So,
yeah. Yes. Shees or Alicia, you want to add something to it? How would you really say that you believe in Allah?
Like,
yes, I do.
So first of all, a thing comes to us like, why do we exist in this world? Like, for example, if you go outside, you take a walk, you can see like plants growing. You may think, how is this plant growing? It's because of Allah. It can't just grow like by itself. That too. I had another thing, and there's also a lot of miracles in the past that have happened and many books given to us. Like, for example, many scientific things have been written in the Quran that have been proven right in today. So that also makes like us believe that there's one God.
Yes, absolutely. I think these are very, very valid points. And probably I would just add on to that was that just like you said, when we see plants, and it's very sad that sometimes in our culture or somewhere people are not really allowed to question things. We don't allow kids to ask, or if they're like confused about their belief system. Usually we just tell them, oh, you have to believe in this because that's how it is. And one part of it is correct, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all of us on something which is called fitrah. Means when we were born and when we started growing up, nobody told us that, hey, don't lie, don't steal. Not exactly, It's just common sense. You don't tell a 2-year-old that stealing is bad, but the 2-year-old will still know that you should not steal. Or, there are other things that a human is born with, right? A human knows that a baby, when it's born, they know that when they're in pain or they need something, they have to cry. Who told them that? So they were born with these things. Similarly, they were born with this information that, yes, there is a creator. Yes, of course, we are born in different circumstances and different places, and our belief system gets distorted. That's a separate thing. For that, Allah has given us signs to look at. And Allah invites us. In Quran, Allah invites us everywhere. Go look, check. Can these things exist without a creator? I mean, now we are in such a technology, world. We really don't need all those explanations. We know that nothing can work without a creator. We know that this is the time of artificial intelligence. We are creating like, you know, what do you call them? Robots.
Robots.
Yeah, we are creating those and we are making them work what we want to. So how are we just created and nobody else wants us to work the way he wants us to work? How's that even possible? Of course, there's somebody who's more powerful than us, just like we are all powerful for those robots. Somebody is powerful for us. It's the same concept. So once Allah invites us, find signs, look for signs. But the thing is, once you get those signs and you see those signs and you accept those signs that yes, we cannot exist without a creator. Step number 2, can there be more than one creator then? Allah again gives logical explanation everywhere in the Quran. No, there cannot be more than one creator. It's not possible. Imagine 2 steering wheels in a car. Is it possible to have 2 steering wheels in a car? 2 drivers in a car? Is it possible?
In student cars, yes.
Sorry?
I said I've seen student driving, like for people
that's
who
different.
are
Yeah.
like students, they have
Yeah.
2 steering wheels.
Yeah, I think that's a bad example.
No,
I mean,
could it be possible?
but yeah, I mean, think about it. It's really not possible that somebody, one person wants to go left and the other person wants to go right.
And it's
What's going to
very
happen to the
dangerous.
car?
Also, I was gonna say, like, you were just talking about like asking if there's been many signs in the Quran where we've been told that there's only Allah.
Yes. The first thing,
like one of
signs,
them,
signs that there is a God. Yes.
Yeah.
First, signs there is a God. And then there are signs that there is only one God. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the signs of being one God is not only in the Quran, but also in the 6 kalmas. In the 4th kalma, that it's talking about his oneness.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's again, that's our belief. Quran invites us to think. Go find out, think about it. Ibrahim alayhis salam, what did he do? He kept thinking about it. So Quran invites us, use your brain, use your heart, use your eyes, look around. Look how, you know, all these things exist. Look how these ships exist in the waters. Look how these mountains exist. What will happen to Earth if, like, who thought about the entire universe? It just cannot create with a Big Bang theory. That's not just logical. So Allah invites us, number 1, to think that these were not created automatically. Then number 2, okay, now we agree to this fact. Yes, somebody created it. Now, it wasn't a teamwork. No, sorry. There were not like 5 gods who just took, okay, you create mountains and I create earth and, you know, the third one created sky. That's not possible. And that's the ayah in the Quran, which I don't want to quote because I might get it wrong, is that, but the summary of it is, if there were more than one God, the entire system of the earth would just collapse. Because, you know, even in teams, whether there's an organization, whether this is household, whether it's a country, things cannot function if you have 2 or more people on the same most top position. You cannot have 2 presidents. You know, you cannot simply have 2 CEOs or 3 CEOs in a company. There's always one. Because when things escalate, it goes to the one mighty power. Always. There are never more than one. Organizations cannot function if that happens. So another logical thing, step number 2. Now we agreed there is only one God. Okay, let's go to step number 3. How is God communicating with us? Again, Allah gave us logical explanation that these books are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do we know that Quran is from Allah and it was not written by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Again, we have signs. Prophet ﷺ was not literate. He wasn't educated. He did not know how to read or write. He lived with people who were a witness to the fact how truthful and how honest he was. He never lied his life. So again, and then there are miracles in the Quran, just like I think Riz mentioned, that there are like miracles in the Quran that's scientifically proven. That's step number.
That was she.
That was she's. Sorry about that, she's. So okay. So yeah. So that's another thing. So step by step, we believed in all those things, right? We got it. Okay. Yes, that is our belief system. Now what? Now we believe. Okay. Yes, we agree to the fact that there is a God. Number two, we agreed to the fact there is only one God, not more than one. And we agreed to the fact that, yes, now my heart is settled. Quran is the word of Allah. Now, when we agree to these three facts, this is our belief. Now, we really don't have anything remaining when we can argue about things that are clear in Quran. So now, either you accept Allah as your God and just obey and do what Allah said, or you don't accept Allah as your God in the first place. Because it's not possible that you accept Allah as your creator, but then you say, no, I cannot pray, I cannot pray 5 times. I just can't. Now that won't work that way. Because now you have accepted Allah as your creator. Those who do not accept Allah as their creator, Allah has given them signs. But once you do it, then that's what we are. Now that's what we are, Muslims. And we submit to God. We submit to Allah, just like all the robots, they submit to their creator, right? So I think today we only talked about those who believe. Probably tomorrow we're going to spend some time talking about what are good deeds. And I think that's also a very, I can leave you with this thought. What are good deeds, by the way? What is a good deed? Alicia? Oh, Miral came. Miral,
Yes,
what is a good deed?
a good deed, praying namaz 5 times a day, helping one another.
Okay. Yeah, these are examples of good deeds. Yeah. What exactly is a good deed? What do you consider a good deed?
Everyone knows one.
Okay, so a good deed is something that you do to help or like to help others or like
Okay. Help others. Okay. Again, that's an example of a good deed. You gave me an example. Helping other is a good deed. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, Riz.
It's not just helping something, it's doing something for the benefit of others.
Okay. Yeah, that's also an example of a good deed. What exactly is considered a good deed and what is not a good deed? Like I can be, I can have a difference of opinion on something that I did to help somebody, but other person said, no, that is not a good deed. Yes, she's or Alicia, who wants to say?
Something that you believe is right according to your morality and what is taught to you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yes, a little more forward. Yes, you are getting the point. One step forward with what we just talked about, believing. We followed those 3 steps, right? Believing in Allah, believing in that there is a God, then there is one God, and then Quran is from Allah, right? Okay, yes, Miral? You want to say something or it's by mistake?
I don't know.
Okay, so, and I think it was probably Alicia did reach almost the point. Good deed is what your creator has defined as a good deed. Because, now you have accepted Allah as your creator. I and you may differ on the definition of good deed. I may think that this was a good deed, but somebody else might think, no, that's not a good deed. But who defines, who decides? For me, praying 5 times a day is a good deed. For a non-Muslim, it's not. Yes, Alisha? You're on mute.
After class, he said
Okay.
chat.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So let's wrap up here. So that's the thought that I want to leave you guys with, that good deed is not according to our definition what is good deed. And of course, there are criteria of good deeds, which again, Allah has defined. So once we are done with that part where we have accepted Allah as our creator, now all we do is submit to what Allah says. If Allah says this is a good deed and we meet the criteria of that good deed, then that's a good deed. If it is not, then no, it's not a good deed. And we'll talk about criteria tomorrow, but can we have belief and no good deeds? Can we go to Jannah?
No.
Can we do good deeds but without belief? Can we go to Jannah?
Oh wait, yeah.
I don't.
And I want to say one of a good deed.
I don't.
Because you don't have to, like, as long as you've done like enough, you don't have to be, Muslim and believe in Allah.
No, Riz, I just said, I remember in the beginning, you were here, right? When I said, we need all 4 keys. The door to Jannah, the key is not going to open until we have all 4 keys, and we have only talked about 2 keys yet. The good deeds without Iman are useless. And Iman without good deeds is also useless. So we need both. Okay, so yeah. Without Iman, Allah does not accept your good deeds. And if you want to talk about why, I mean, of course, this can come to your mind. Why? I mean, and when I was your age, I was in school, and at that time, Mother Teresa passed away. So this question used to come a lot. How come Mother Teresa did so much good deeds? Is she going into Jahannam?
Who's Mother Teresa?
Search it, Google it.
Oh.
Okay. She was a German woman and she settled in India.
Some sort of Roman Catholic.
Yes. And she spent her life serving people. So what could be the answer to this question? If somebody says, do you believe Mother Teresa is going to hell? What's the response to this question? Or anybody who you think these days, I don't know who's somebody who you consider very pious these days. I don't know. But yeah, Mother Teresa was somebody who was extremely pious, extremely, helping humanitarian stuff like that. So how do we answer such question? Do you really believe she's going into hell? Number 1, the answer is, I don't know. I worry about myself, not Mother Teresa, honestly. On the day of
That's for
judgment,
Allah to decide.
Yep, that is not my job to decide. I don't get to decide that,
Because you don't know if she's done any bad things or not.
Yeah, and honestly, on the day of judgment, I wouldn't even care. I will only care about myself. That's it. So the number 1 answer is, I don't know. Only Allah knows. And number 2 is, people get reward of their deeds, the same reward what they want. If she wanted reward from Allah, she would get it. But she wanted reward in this dunya in form of appreciation, in form of encouragement, in form of people naming streets on her name, then she will get that. So reward is always what you want. So I don't know what she wanted. So again, same answer. I don't know. Guess, Riz.
It's almost 6:40.
Yes. Let's stop. Okay. Inshallah, I'm going to see you tomorrow. We'll talk about good deeds and let's see how much more we can do. But yeah, we went overboard today. But it was
tomorrow or Monday?
Monday.
Okay.
Okay, but it was a good discussion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it that everybody was involved and that's how we have fun talking. So Jazakallah khair for joining. Miral, you want to stay?
For what?
You said you wanted to say something.
That was Alicia.
Alicia,
Yeah.
sorry. Alicia,
wait.
you want to say? Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Assalamu
See you
alaikum wa
tomorrow.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Tomorrow's my